All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Wayne's World Garage. Guess what? It's winter out. It's like January 10th, and look what's behind me. Our first empty firewood pile. And we cut this wood here in February of 21, so it was about 2 years old. And frankly, it's barely dry after 2 years because we keep it covered, at least the top's covered, and it's in the shade, so it's not out in the sun drying out. But we normally cut red oak, and that's what this is. Following frickin' Jeep's suggestion, we're going to make more Cadillac wood. Who knows what Cadillac wood is? Check out his website, you'll find out what Cadillac wood is. But we've got lots of trees down, so the first step is to buck these guys and get them ready to pull them out. So today, Inky and I are going to head to the woods and pull out some of these trees. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoy. By the way, as you're looking at me here, do this, you may say, boy, you got a lot of orange on there. So this orange is thanks to my buddy Tom. And Tom used to be a professional arborist before he got a real job, or maybe he had a real job, and I don't know. But anyway, I have the steel ones, and Tom says, buy these, they're way better because they wrap all the way around your ankles. They're Husqvarnas. I'm trying it out and see what happens. They're definitely heavier. They're like lead pants. So if lead's any indicator of how well they're going to work, these will work just swimmingly well. So we got this guy here. I'm looking at him right now. Hopefully you can see him. He just fell down, and it's an oak. I believe it's a pin oak. So we're gonna get him on the ground and get ready to take him away. So what we're gonna do here is, you can see he's leaning down here on this guy here. He's gonna drop down a little bit more. So we'll probably cut an 8 or 10 foot pieces and let it rip. So let's go. Well, as you can see, working around this tree, while it's on the ground, it's easy to get to. It's kind of a pain because it takes down a whole bunch of other trees, and it's just a nuisance. It's a real trip hazard. Every time you walk, you gotta, try not to trip on something. So it's a little bit sketchy, but I've done a whole lot worse, and we'll make it work. First time I've done that. Damn. Well, let me fix this. Peace. So, while it's kind of annoying, it really hasn't happened in like well over a year on me. It usually happens when the chain is loose and it gets snagged on something, but this chain was not loose. So I'm kind of scratching my head exactly what happened. But I did get some cool pictures of it anyway, since it's on video. So I'll include them and you can see what it looks like. But this is why you wear your gloves, you wear the chaps, stuff like this. Because this chain comes loose like this, it could hurt your little pinky or something. And then you go home crying, have to get a Band-Aid and put that on. Like I said, you got to wonder how much is a cord of firewood worth. What should be a 2-minute job ends up taking 10 minutes. But at least we're in the woods, we're not stuck in an orifice. So let's take a look at this guy and figure out what we got here, what else we're going to do. Well, clearly when I cut this down, he's going to roll over towards me. So I might as well keep cutting him down and see what she does, right? There's not much wood there, so let's see. Maybe I will just cut him down and let him drop. So this one here, he's under load, so he's going to go up that way, and we'll take it from there. So this here is actually relatively easy to buck. You can see the two ends are supported, so there's a lot of downward pressure on it. So if you cut from the top, you'll very quickly pinch your bar, go home crying because you can't get your bar out, blah, blah, blah. So I ended up cutting them up from the bottom, and that kind of works out pretty well. That's how to do these guys. So the other thing you may wonder is, why do I keep, pushing the chainsaw back and forth? I mean, the motor's running. You don't need to cut it by doing it. I'm not like, isn't there some jokes about that? But the reality is what I'm trying to do is when you push the bar back and forth like that, I'm feeling to see if it's pinching. And that, because if I keep it still in one spot, I'll never know if it gets pinched until it's too late. So I want to feel and see if it gets tightened up on me on the log. One more and we're good here. Then we will have a lot of firewood. So this guy, I'm gonna do a little bore cut underneath him. So I'm kind of experimenting here. Obviously, one of this log is hanging in the air, so what's gonna happen is it's gonna pinch down. So if I cut up from bottom, what's it going to do? Obviously, it's going to pinch my blade and I'm going to go home crying. But what I want to try and do is do something a little bit different, because if I cut it just from the top, it's going to break off part way down the bottom. See what I mean? And I'll lose some of the wood. Not really important here for what I'm doing. But what I wanted to do is, if I just do an undercut on it, just like you do a normal branch or a tree or something like that, do a little bit of undercut, and then when you come in from the top, you make a hinge and cut it through. So I'm just kind of playing with that a little bit. Well, that's it. Here's our take. We got 4 nice pieces of red oak today. How nice is that? Of course, it's only part of the deal. Now we gotta drag them home, put them into wheels, and then split them. What fun! Inky, you ready to go home? I'm ready to go home, Daddy. Let's get out of here. Blah, blah, blah. Are we done? Are we done, Inky? Let's go. We want to get in the machine. So the good news is we've got 4 nice logs out of this, and they're pretty nice sized. But this is only 1/3 of the part of getting firewood. Now we got to drag them out to the house, cut them again, and then split them, which might be easier than what I've been doing. This is hard because it's hard walking, and I end up taking them back to the to our property. I end up taking them back to the property because it's so much easier to split them and cut them up there. So it doesn't look like much. It doesn't look like much, but that's where we just came from. And we just got those guys cut down there. We got 4 of those beautiful boys, girls, whatever they are. Pretty sure it's nice pin oak, unlike this other basswood, which is really garbage wood and doesn't work. So let's get out of here. All right, got 2 chainsaws. They got everything I need. As always, nothing's quite as simple as it should be. So I throw a chain. I don't think it's been over a year since I've thrown a chain, and I don't know what happened. I usually keep them pretty snug, and this is a new chain, so maybe it's stretched a little bit. And when they are new, you have to be a little bit careful, because when they get loose, you can throw a chain. So that took always more time than you wanted to. I mean, a rail sawyer, a logger will do it in about 2 seconds. It takes me about 30 minutes. No, it doesn't, but it's a nuisance. The bar's not quite big enough to just bend the bar and put it on, being 28 inches. If it was a little bit bigger, you could do that, but it came off the sprocket also. So since it came off the sprocket, it's going to create more drama. Oh, right, Inky? Yes, Dad. So the only question is, am I going to feel motivated to grab this piece of what I call ironwood? Is this it right here? This might have been right here. Hang on, girl. I think it is. I'm going to grab this little piece of ironwood right here just because I'm working on getting a walking stick. It turns out it's of value in the woods. So give me 2 seconds. I'm going to cut this guy down. Cut him down. You don't need to cut him down. He's already like broken over. We call him ironwood. I don't know if that's what his name is, but he's a unique wood. It's definitely a little hardwood. So stand by, Inky. You'll be right there, okay, girlie? Yes, Daddy. Walking stick. See, we got handles on it. What do you think, Inky? It'll be good. What do you think, girly girl? Girly girly with a curly. What you thinking? Inky's busy hunting here. Paying attention. Does he do anything? I don't know, but Inky's busy hunting. Here, Inky, drop the microphone. Woof, woof. That's not going to work. I wonder if I keep it here, if this works any better, really. You know, I'm just trying to play and reduce some of the engine noise. But now I know we have an equalizer function. We can use equalizer on this guy. Increase the highs and decrease the lows. Anything, monkey doodle? One more day in the woods, and I'm done now, Daddy, because I love the woods. You are a good girl, Inky. Part of this job is get the long arch out. Maybe later today, but I'm tired right now. And drag these guys home, which won't be as hard as cutting them up. Famous last words. Oh, you make it, Inky? Oh, good girl. All right. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Let's turn this off, Inky. As always, thanks a million for watching this. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit subscribe. What I'm going to do is actually I'm going to take this video, the next one, and the next one and make one video of how you make firewood. and why you should just go out and buy firewood. Because by the time you buy a chainsaw, by the time you buy chaps, earphones, gloves, log splitter, all that stuff, blah, 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 you're better off just buying firewood. But why do you do it? We do it because we love the outside. We love being in the woods. Thanks so much for watching, and take care.